Namaskar. Today's question is, what is want and what is need? Well, it's one of the, fundamental questions that everybody has in their life. That what is want and what is need? Well, it's as basic to answer. Whatever we require rather than to just sustain and live this life is want. And whatever we need, whatever we require to just sustain this life is what we need. For example, eating food to fill tummy is need. Eating food to full tummy, fulfill your desires, fulfill the desires of your taste buds, fulfill the desires of your eyes, fulfill the desires of your mind, fulfill the desires of the society, and then you consume that food, then it becomes your want. So should we live a life with only needs? There shouldn't be any wants? That will be the next question arising in your mind. You should not let your needs become your wants. The upgradation should not be there. That's when the problem arises. Everybody, if you're born a human, will have a certain amount of wants. Okay, let's not be ignorant and be so just on speaking sense. If you are born as a human being, you would have a certain amount of wants. Okay, a very certain amount of wants is what basic human being has. But if his needs, his everyday needs, are converting into wants, are upgrading constantly into wants, that's when the mark, the red line is there. So that is something we should avoid in our life. So yes, that's a mere difference between a want and a need. So a lot of people ask a lot of different questions, that is this thing I want, this thing I need, this thing I want, this thing I need. So as basic as I said, whatever you require to sustain this life is your need. Whatever you require to sustain and upgrade and think about a lot of stuff is your want. So don't let your need be your want. Always be limited to need and a certain amount of wants. That is to be practical. If you're born a human, you would have a certain amount of wants. But let's not convert our needs to wants. Okay? So let's take up a question. So today's question is by Solomon. Solomon asks, what is your point of view about the Almighty? Still we have numerous gods. Your opinion? Well, if you consider in a true spiritual sense, there is an external energy which exists, from which we take a certain amount of energy. So that's a true basic spiritual sense. Now when it comes to God's Almighty, that's when we are slightly drifting towards much more the religious side of it. But even if we drift towards a religious side, be it be any possible religion, okay, let me take the major religions, the three. We have Christianity, Islam and Hinduism. Be it be any of these three religions, they talk about one supreme power. Okay, they talk about one supreme power, and which is an invisible energy, which does not have a form, which does not have birth nor it has death, and everybody has to go into that energy, and everybody comes from that energy, is what these three religions talk about. Now there might be a doubt in you that what are these energies, because we have been growing up with so many gods around us. Well, everybody knows Christianity talks about one invisible energy, which everybody calls Heavenly Father. That energy does not have a form, does not have birth, nor it has death. So that's Christianity. Whereas in Islam, we have the supreme energy there, which is Allah. Allah does not have a form, nor they have shape or in birth, death. It's a formless energy. When it comes to Hinduism, people say we have numerous amount of gods, like Solomon also just pointed that there are numerous amount of gods. Well, in a true sense, this very religion talks about only one energy, which is like a sea, and we are all droplets of those sea, and that one energy is named Brahman. Now, you should not confuse this Brahman with the Brahma, with the four-headed representation of Brahma we have. That is different. Brahman is an energy which does not have birth, nor it has death, nor it has form. We are considered to be droplets, and that energy is considered to be sea. So if you take any possible religion, it talks about one supreme source of energy from which everything arises. Same thing is with spirituality. No matter which religion you belong to, no matter which culture you belong to, no matter what tradition you come from, spirituality only talks about one supreme source of energy. And to leave you with a thought, in spirituality we say that energy is nothing. It's nothing. But when you say nothing, you mean something. So thank you. Namaskar.